Hey there, happy Friday to you. Looks like I'm coming in correctly, though as usual I would ask if you're catching this, that you would just go ahead and like this video to let me know that it's coming through. Ooh, I don't know. Alright, let's... They always tell me I have way too many Google Chrome tabs open, which is just how I operate. I don't know about the rest of you. Today we're talking about the 2 reasons why your practice isn't full, which feels a little bit spicy to narrow down, all of these kind of marketing challenges into 2 reasons, but it really is what I have seen be true when it comes to getting therapy clients. So again, if you are catching this, it looks like we have a couple live folks. Would you just like this video for me? Give me a thumbs up that we're coming through decently. I would hate to talk to an empty room, although like I've said, that has happened before. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Hopefully I am coming through okay. We crossed 4,000 members in this group this week, which is a really, really exciting milestone to have hit. So if my face is new to you, hi, really happy that you're here. My name's Anna. I'm a marketing strategist that works specifically with therapists and counselors. So this entire group, everything that I do is dedicated to helping you market your practice in a way that isn't just effective, because I believe you deserve to get booked out doing what you love, but is also authentic to the work that you do, to who you are as a clinician, to what feels right. A lot of times you'll run into marketing advice out there that can make you feel a little bit slimy or salesy or like it just doesn't fit you. And I really want to encourage you and empower you that you don't have to do those things, that marketing and private practice doesn't have to be one size fits all. It can be very, very authentic. It can be a natural experience. It can actually even be kind of fun. That's everything that we do here. So I haven't seen any likes. Oh, yes, I have. Thank you for those likes. Like I said, talking about the 2 reasons why your practice isn't full, I don't usually like to make big sweeping statements like this. You'll notice that because I do believe that marketing your practice isn't one size fits all. But when it comes to this, it actually does boil down to just these 2 reasons. So I've sat down one-on-one with now over 250 clinicians. So over 250 practice owners I've met and talked to about their marketing in a one-on-one setting. And every single time they are having challenges with their marketing, I can trace it back to one of these 2 issues. So if you are newer in your practice, maybe you haven't even launched yet and you're doing all this research about marketing and you're like, where do I start? How do I know what's going to work? What do I do? Or maybe you're years into this process, but you're wanting to make a pivot to private pay, or you're wanting to kind of up level your practice in one way or another, and you're looking at your marketing being like, what do I need to change? What do I need to optimize? That kind of thing. Then you're in the right place, and I'm really happy that you're here. The beauty of you being here live is that you can ask questions. So as I'm going through this, if you have questions about how this relates to your practice specifically, or what something that I say means or something like that, please drop those questions into the comments. I would be happy to address them at the end of this training. If you're catching the replay, do me a favor and just drop a hashtag replay into the comments, and whatever questions you may have, that will make sure that even if you're watching this a week or a year from now, I can still come back and revisit anything that you're wondering about. So the foundational thing that I really, really want you to understand, and unfortunately I don't see talked about in this space enough, is something called the client journey. Now that's a phrase that if you're a client of mine, you're familiar with. The client journey are the phases that your client has to go through in order to decide to work with you. We all know that if it were as easy as someone just hearing your name and deciding to work with you, that this whole marketing thing would be a heck of a lot easier. But the fact is they go through stages. So go with me on that journey and through these stages. So when someone decides that they are at a point of distress, that they need some support, and they decide maybe I do need to seek out a therapist or a counselor for that work, they are starting at the first stage of the client journey, which is unaware. So when it comes to you and your marketing, they don't know you. They don't know your practice name. They don't know your specialties. They don't know what you're trained in. All they know is that they have a problem that they need some support solving. So unaware is that first stage. The next stage that they get to when it comes to you, and your ideal client is aware. So they learn who you are. Maybe they run into your Psychology Today profile. Maybe they type something into Google that brings them to your website. Maybe they hear about you from their doctor or from a friend. All of a sudden they know your name, or they know your practice. Just because they know who you are doesn't mean they're going to book you as their therapist. We all know that. Studies actually show us that people are going to visit between 5 and 7 different therapy websites before choosing a therapist. So, you're up against a couple other therapists that they're considering, because while there's absolutely something unique that you do and that you bring to the therapy room, there are other clinicians around you, other talented peers of yours that can also do this work. So they're considering you amongst a bunch of others. So they have gone from the unaware phase, where they just have a problem they need help solving, to aware. They know who you are. But how do we actually get them to be a paying client of yours? They have to reach the 3rd stage of the client journey, which is sure. So they go from unaware to aware to sure. It's only when they're here that they decide that you are the therapist that they want to work with. It's only when they get to sure. So your marketing has to help people along this entire journey. If your marketing isn't helping people along that journey, then there's a drop off, or they're not even entering the journey at all. So when you think about your marketing, it needs to guide people along these 3 stages. The 2 reasons that your practice isn't full today, I can trace back to this journey. Number 1, they aren't aware of you. They don't know that you exist. Number 2, they aren't sure of you. They aren't realizing that you are the therapist, you are the expert that can help them solve their problems, that you're the person that is focused in their problem at the level that they're really, really looking for. So if your practice isn't full, if your marketing isn't working, if you're frustrated, if you're overwhelmed because you've been trying all of these things and they're not working, we can trace it back to one or both of these things. So if someone isn't becoming aware of you, then that shows us that some of the entry points of your marketing aren't functioning as well as we would like them to. Maybe a couple of the marketing things that you're doing right now are Google Ads, Psychology Today, a couple other directories, and maybe you've tried to get your name out there networking-wise. Well, if people aren't becoming aware of you, then that points us to the fact that people aren't engaging with your Psychology Today profile. They're not landing on your website. They're not clicking on your Google Ads. They're not, doing whatever it takes in order to just learn about you. And so some of the opportunities that you might want to think about are taking a look at your Psychology Today data. There are really, really great ways you can check the Psychology Today topic of this group to learn about how you can kind of tap into those numbers and get some insights there. Maybe take a look at your website traffic. Are people landing here? If not, then we need to be working on bringing people to you. Maybe you're looking at those things and you're realizing people are coming here, and yet I'm still not getting clients. That leads us to the fact that people aren't sure of you. And this is usually where I see most of the issues happen. It's not that your name isn't out there. It's not that no one knows you exist. It's just when they land on you and they realize you exist, they're not compelled to realize that you're actually the therapist that can help them solve their problems. And so sure, getting people to that sure stage is doing things like speaking really, really clearly to your ideal client, not being too focused on you, not using words in your marketing that are going to intimidate them or confuse them, but instead invite them into kind of this conversation and invite them into that next step, whether that's a free consultation or a first appointment or whatever that is. So the 2 reasons that your practice might not be full, isn't full, are either that they don't know that you exist, or they don't see you as the expert that you are that can help them solve their problems. Now, I hope that doesn't feel like, a difficult truth, but I know that sometimes it can. Sometimes you think that you're doing everything that you possibly can in your marketing, right? You feel like you're helping people become aware of you. You feel like you're doing a great job of speaking to them, but you're still not seeing the results come through. Then it's time to look at your marketing through these 2 lenses. Do people know I exist? Do they see me as the expert? How am I helping them become sure of me? That is, like I said, that might be sort of a difficult thing to swallow, but it also is hopefully really, really empowering to you, because I want you walking away from this training, walking away from the things in this group, to realize that you can understand marketing. You don't need an entire other, kind of graduate degree in marketing in order to be effective. You simply need to help people along this journey. One of the best ways to do that is with a really, really strong website. That is what I see happen for my clients time and time again. When they have a really, really great website that has the ability to bring people in through SEO, through Google, and then when people land there, whether it's through Psychology Today or networking or ads or whatever, when they land on that website, they're like, holy cow, you understand me, I'm ready to work with you, what's it gonna take? That is the kind of experience that a really, really good website can offer. It's why I'm passionate about websites. It's why I'm going to suggest anytime you're thinking about your marketing to look at your website first, because it's the main driver of your marketing. It's your number one tool, and it's the thing that can cover this entire journey. There are few other marketing strategies that can actually help someone along this entire journey. Psychology Today is a wonderful tool. I love it. I think it's absolutely worth testing in every single practice. It's going to do a really great job of helping people become aware of you. And sometimes they'll reach out to you directly from a Psychology Today profile, but more often than not, they're going to go from there to your website to really go from that aware to sure stage. If you're networking and really getting your name out there a lot, that is going to come with some implied trust. Absolutely. That might help people become sure of you. But chances are someone is going to hear about you from a referral source and then go to your website. It's why your website matters. So if you're not full right now, I want you to look at your marketing and all the things that you're doing and ask yourself, am I helping people become aware of me? Am I helping people become sure of me? Those are going to be the two things that it ultimately boils down to. Now, if you need support in this, like I said, I've helped clients, experience results when it comes to this client journey. Confident Copy is the number one place that you should be thinking about. Confident Copy is my accelerated group program where you are a part of an intimate group of other clinicians, and together we go through SEO research. We learn what your ideal client is looking for. We establish your niche and clarify what it is that you're an expert in and how we can position you as that person that can really, really support your client. And then we put words to it. I help you write your website. I help you write your Psychology Today profile. I give you all of the tools you need in order to be successful on bringing people across this journey. The reason that I created this program, the reason I've seen success from the alumni that have already gone through it, is because I saw that this was where we needed to invest our time and our energy when it came to helping therapists be successful. So I want to see you be successful. My goal is to help you get more clients with less effort, and the best way to do that is with a website that really, really works and with an understanding of marketing at its foundational level, so that